Hey guys, it's Kelly. Hey, Ryn with Designs by Ryn asked me to be a guest designer, and I'm just so honored. And this is my first project I'm doing for her. So it's Soar in the Rain with some gorgeous stamps. So this is a process video real quick. So I just used a tag cutout of a manila file folder that I've recycled. I decided I want a yellow background, so I used some cadmium yellow and just did 2 layers on there. And then I decided to challenge myself with straight lines for this one. So I just went through my scrap area, my scrap drawer, and pulled out just some extra pieces of paper that I was saving to do some collaging with. And decided to do some collaging with my yellow sticking out. I had no idea what I was going to do with this, as usual. I was just going with it. So, and I just used some Mod Podge and put that down, and that is that gorgeous, gorgeous stamp. Oh, I love it. It's butterfly slash moth. I colored it like a butterfly. It's so pretty. I'll have the link to the stamps that I used for this project in the description bar below. But I used my gelatos, and I'll talk you through some of this at the end because I missed portions of the creation of this. So it's almost a full process video, but I do explain what we missed. But I use gel sticks, and I'm using my aqua brush and just placing it right on the gelato and gel stick, whatever. I'm calling them gelatos. I just stick it right on there and grab color and do it that way. I love painting with the gelatos like that, especially using that aqua pen because it's a really fine tip and it's really great for real detailed work like this. So, and I use some blues, and then that is a metallic blue that has some really nice shimmer to it. And I think in the video part that I talk through, I think I say that I use shimmering H2Os. I didn't. I didn't. I colored something else using that, but so I'm using some reds, some oranges, yellows, blues. And again, just taking the color straight from the gelato. And then I'm just adding a little bit of shadows with the black gelato there and just filling in the black areas. Make it just a little bit more vibrant after I was painting over it. So, and then I just fussy cut that out after it was dry. And then I decided that I wanted to use some tissue paper, so that's some tissue paper, and I'm just stamping directly on that with some archival ink. And I decided I want to do shadows in the background. So, and my background was a little bit too overpowering. I like it, but it was overpowering. I knew I'd tone it down. I wasn't sure how, but so I just used my cheap Mod Podge and just a glue sealer. Put that down. And then I used my super gloss Mod Podge for my colored moth slash butterfly. I love that darn thing. So I just added some, I wanted that to be glossy because that's going to be my focal point. So I just glossed that up. And then I thought, you know, I'll just, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'll just use my black archival and go around the edges. And then I got my black Pitt pen after that dried because the background wasn't working for me. It was too busy. It's a little bit too busy. And once you use that glue sealer, that Mod Podge, you can use your Pitt pens and then smear them really good. And again, I was challenging myself to use straight lines. I rarely do that. And I thought, well, I'll highlight my straight lines in my collaging. And that didn't work for me either, but I left this in here just to show you guys how you can do that if you didn't already know. You just draw it and smudge it with your finger. And that's okay Just going around the edges. That turned out okay, but I still, it was still too busy, and my focal point was not getting enough focus. So I worked on it, and I missed some of it, so I'll talk you through the rest, guys.
Okay guys, sorry, darn it, I didn't record everything, so I think the best thing to do is to kind of talk through it, because I'm not quite done yet. But what I didn't record here, this is how I'm going to lay it out, is I used some gelatos, okay? So after I stamped the tissue and then used Mod Podge to put it on, the background was too bright, so I just took some gesso with my fingers, and just rubbed it on, and then just kind of blotted some away with a baby wipe until I liked the effect. And hopefully you can see the gesso in the background. You can definitely hear it. But so once I did that with the gesso, I liked how the background was muted, because my purpose for this is to highlight these wonderful stamps and the different things that you can do with them and how you can make your backgrounds. At least that's what I'm showing you. But so what I missed here was I took my yellow, because my background color was yellow. I started with this Grumbacher, I don't know how to say it. Anyway, it is cadmium yellow. And my background was yellow, so it was peeking through from the little items that I had collaged on there. But then it was kind of missing, and I really liked the yellow in there, so I took my gelato and I just rubbed it over that with my finger, and rubbed it in between, not directly onto my stamped images, just around it, okay? And that was my yellow. And again, I have the gel sticks. I don't have the gelatos. I'd love to get the gelatos. It's just they have way more variety of colors with the actual gelatos. But you know what? When I run out of these, I'll probably invest in that. It's just too much right now. But so then, after I did the yellow, then I did the outline with the red, okay? And then I spritzed it with water and dried it, so it would just kind of blend together. I just like how that finishes it off, okay? Once I did that and got my gelatos down, then I used this stamp. Ugh, I love these stamps. Hopefully there's no glare, but this is the Water Droplets CMT3 from Designs by Ryn, of course. So I took that stamp, and this is what it looks like. It's big, you know, and you can see by my hand. It's a big stamp, and I love it. But I just kind of randomly did it here and there. So I would ink up part of it and then stamp it, and then I would stamp it on paper, and then so that I had like a ghosted image, so it wasn't, I wanted random drops, some really vibrant and some that were kind of grayed out. So, and I really like how that blends into the background like that. So, and hopefully you guys do too, but then I did that. And then I just used my white jelly roll pen and just highlighted some of them, just really quick. And then after that, I decided, you know what, I think I like it. Good to go. So then I used my black gelato around the edge. I just rub it on and then rub it with my finger, just to kind of highlight. I didn't want it too much. And then you guys saw me do this. I have some foam tape on the back, and I'm just going to lift it up. And what I did with this, because it was just too, it's too fine to cut out the antenna. So I just used my fine tip Sharpie and just colored over that, because you can see it here. It's kind of gray. I just highlighted it so that when I add this on there, I'm not insanely crazy about my coloring job. We probably could have done better, but I'm going with it. So hopefully you guys can see it, because I used my, what are these, H2 shimmering H2Os, I think that, oh my gosh, I haven't used them in so long, I forgot what they're called. But I used that and gelatos to color this, and you probably can't see it in the light because there's a glare from the high gloss Mod Podge, but there's a really nice shimmer that this is creating behind there on that leaf. It's on that leaf, on the wing. So it's really nice. I like it. So now I'm going to stick that on there. And then also off screen what I did was I just stamped Soar in the Rain. First it was Soar between the raindrops, and then it takes up too much space on this. So, and I wanted to share with you guys too that a quick way, like these little stamping things, these crazy little guys, they're a pain in the butt to deal with, right? But if I need the word the, I lay it down like that. Just a tip. I don't know if you guys have thought of this yet, but just to keep them kind of even, I just lay them down like that and take some Scotch tape and put it over the top, just like I needed the word in. And I just taped it, stamp it, or ink it, stamp it, good to go. And it's straight because all these little blocks are straight. So sometimes you can hold it together, but mine get wiggly wobbly, so I just tape them. Just a simple piece of Scotch tape. And that's how I keep them straight. Like here. And then if you have to separate them, because obviously I don't have like 2 E's, you know, I just have one. So this I needed to do raindrops, and I don't know why it worked out that way, but you just turn it upside down to still get the spacing. So I hope this is making sense, guys. Like I just needed the word drops, but the D was already down. So I just turned one of the stamps upside down just to use it as a spacer, and then nothing gets stamped there, and then you just stamp it down like that, and you're good and you're spaced out. See? So I did rain and then a D, and then I stamped it like that, and then this is the spacer for the D. Okay, I hope I'm in screen, darn it. So anyway, maybe that'll help you guys when you're using these crazy little things, because they get all over the place, you know. So I just tape them, and that helps me keep them straight. So there's a little tip for you. Take it or leave it. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to put it all together now. Now what I'm thinking, I'm not sure, I'm trying to decide, guys, because what I'm going to do with this is it's a card, okay? It's a tag, but it's a little bit bigger. So what I think I'm going to do, I really like how it's turning out. I think I'm going to just, this is my art journal, one of my art journals. So what I think I'll do is I'll just do a background on a page, and I'll just add it there. That's what I think I'll do, because I want to keep this one. I mean, I keep them all. I have tags hanging everywhere in here, but I think what I'll do with this, because a lot of people are like, yeah, that's great, Kelly, but what are you going to do with it? Well, it's like an art journal to me. It's something I created. I'm going to keep it. And I'll refer to it later for inspiration, maybe. Who knows? It's mine, darn it. I'm going to do what I want with it. Okay, so the other thing I was thinking about is I wanted this to be glossy so that it would be highlighted. Okay? But I also love how in the background I could do my favorite, gosh, I cannot think today. It's my gloss medium varnish, and that would make this all really shiny though, and I think it'll take away from my focal points. So, and the reason why I'm talking through this is because maybe you guys have dealt with this too, to where you're like, oh, I love that effect and that looks nice, but I'm not going to do it this time, even though I love this stuff and I think it would really make the background pretty. I think that all that gloss will get lost and it'll take away from what I want to highlight. So I'm going to leave the background matte and have my little highlights and my drops, and I'm going to leave it like that. And that's my thought process in there. So that's why I'm kind of leaving that in and telling you guys, you know, I was kind of struggling. Do I want to do it? Do I not want to do it? And I'm going to decide not to do it. So, and my little moth guy, I'm going to offset it just a tad. Just a tad. Because I like the little shadow underneath it. Okay, so time to commit. I'm going to lay it down. Sniffling. I'm sorry you guys got to sit through this part, but bear with me. I don't have any nails. I got this really bright color. I love bright colors on my nails, but I can't work with it when I'm doing art. Go figure. Okay, I'm going to offset it just a little bit so I can use that shadow. Okay. And again, mentioned before that I challenged myself to work with straight lines when I was collaging. I always do the crooked stuff like this, and I love that. I love that look. It's kind of more of a vintage feel, but this isn't vintage, and I wanted to challenge myself with doing straight lines, because I've seen other people do it, and I really like how they do it, and I'm like, gosh, you know, if it works for them, you know, it's obviously going to work, so I need to try it. And I'm liking it. I did struggle with it, though. I did. I wanted to make things all wonky, or as my husband would say, I always tease him, cattywampus. Who says that? For real. Who says that anymore? I'm sorry. If you say it and I just offended you, I'm sorry. But in honor of my straight line thing, I'm trying to keep all of these lined up. Can you tell? Because I don't know, straight lining it. And I think I'll be done. And I don't think I'll raise this up. I think I'll just glue them down with my trusty techie glue. This stuff is really quick. Quick and easy. So yeah, I am so excited that Ryn, I was just ranting and raving about her stamps. I just love them. I think she's a very talented artist, and she puts out some unique things, and we're all looking for that. And I was just really enjoying her stamps. And then she asked me to be a guest designer for her, and I was just absolutely thrilled, excited about that. So I will have more to come, because she sent me some gorgeous stamps. And come back and see me, because I will be sharing more. And I'm trying to use things in new and different ways, just to kind of show you guys what you can do. But sometimes the good old-fashioned, you know, just simple card making and stuff like that, we also need inspiration for those things that we do on a, you know, regular basis too. So I think it's good to share that kind of stuff as well. Okay, I think I want that right layer. So there we go. And if I change my mind, I can just stick a hole in that and make it a nice big tag. But I really like this one, and it doesn't really have any movement on it, so maybe I'll add, like, I have some chain. Maybe I'll add some chain and a little charm or something. But I'll do that later if I decide to do that, because the whole purpose of this is I want to highlight Ryn's beautiful stamps and how you can create pretty things with it. So I hope you guys like it. I'm going to call this one done for now. I'm sure I will revisit it later after I add it to my booklet, because you guys know how I like movement. But I hope this inspired you guys, and check out Ryn's website and her stamps. I think they're very affordable, and the quality of them, you guys know me, you know I'm big on quality. They're made very, very, very well. So yes, I'm her guest designer, but I was just a big fan before that even happened, and just ranting and raving about her stuff. You guys have probably seen my videos about that. So thank you guys for stopping by, and leave a comment and like it, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks, guys.